Does being a baddie entitle you different types of treatment in relationships? Let's talk about it.
I fear that the man I'm talking to, I'm his first baddie. I'm not saying like IG baddie, I hold my own. But if you know, you know. Please tell me if you've ever been someone's first baddie and how do you overcome that? Goodbye.
Now, to be fair, like the internet has eaten her up, eaten her alive in this rhetoric, calling yourself a baddie. And there's a good reason why, right? Because we, as men, when we look at baddies or we think about the concept of baddie, we have a specific idea. When women think about baddies, they think about something completely different. They think about a lifestyle. They think about all the other things that encompass that, all the things that men say, well, I can't even see that. I can't even rationalize that. None of that makes actually any sense to me. A baddie is determined first and foremost by the physical appearance. That's how men are looking at it. We can't see the personality. We can't see your lifestyle or what you propagate or put on there. But baddie to us has a certain look, and it's not the baddies from the show. But listen, before we get into that, to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Hype the video, share the video. We got merch in the store. Listen, this is something that why words seem to matter more to men, and they have strict sort of definitions of how you're supposed to define things. Things come in categories and we label them as such, and we put them in there for a reason because we know exactly what's supposed to happen here. Is it fair to say that when you are a baddie, you are treated differently? Yes. Right? We understand that. That's part of the human psyche. When things are beautiful, we tend to ascribe to them the best case scenario in all things. We are learning now that is completely foolhardy, that some of the most beautiful people can also be some of the most terrible people. But in the sake of when we're looking at reality, and we understand that also, part of that understanding is that this baddie aesthetic, this beauty thing is completely enhanced. It's something that's determined with makeup. Makeup is the devil's work. But you can grab that aesthetic, you can grab that look, you can go on the knife to get these things, but your personality typically remains the same. In her case, expecting that you're supposed to be treated better because you believe you're a baddie, and then this man should now understand what comes entailed with that. What is that? That you're going to be getting male attention, you're going to be out here being treated differently because you are a baddie, and that men who are dating women like this have to understand that they're going to have to compete constantly with other male attention, with people sliding the DMs, with other men sitting there. You're going to have to basically mate guard for the entirety of your relationship. I think and we're trying to have a nuanced conversation about this. When you look at, and if you want to be upset in life, right, go look at your girl's DM. Go look and see how filled it is with, possibly it's filled with people in there, with men in there, constantly looking for attention. It does not matter what she puts as her relationship status. It does not matter if she's featuring you. Some men are still going to throw their attention at your woman. That's part of the game. It's nasty work. It doesn't matter that if she's a baddie. Even average women are getting tons more attention than men are. When you look at it, the dating apps, the data is very clear. Women who can swipe through hundreds of different potential matches before even finding one. This is why they can be selective when they're looking for men. Men, we don't really have that option. We don't really have that issue. So when you are dealing with someone that you objectively know is a baddie, by our definition, you know what that comes with. You know it comes with the activities, being outside, taking advantage of all that beauty and what that attention entails, what it gives you. The problem here is, this is why men put that in such a strict category. I know she's a baddie. I know I want Ain't Eze. That's why she gets to talk about something as ridiculous as 45, 50,000. Because the attention she's getting says this is what you should be entitled to. We give baddies the benefit of the doubt for saying stuff that we look and say that's dumb. They don't get canceled for it because they were never canceled. We never cared about what they had to say in the first place. We cared about their look. We cared about their aesthetic. So we forgive a lot of nonsense. But again, it gets very strict in the category. When you're not that, men are very quick to tell you, stop it. Don't think that you now get this sort of elite forgiveness, this elite validation, this elite gift giving. No, your beauty does not entitle you to that. Now, the problem with her statement is because when women say they're a baddie, they're thinking about so many other things. They're thinking about their lifestyle, how they internally feel about themselves. Now, other women tend to validate that because it's part of the Greek thing. It's part of being a girl's girl. It's part of making sure we're moving in solidarity rather than we're moving in nonfiction. You believe this is true because when you make statements like that, you'd also want people to back up and validate you and keep the group unified. Cool. For survival, if you want to harken this back to how we all had to group and huddle under the fire for survivability, fine. If you want to think this is the solidarity we need to protect ourselves from men, fine. But we have two very different definitions of baddie. We have two very different definitions of what it means for a woman to be that. You can't really get men to think otherwise outside of, those that simply, may agree with you or simply pandering. But men just say, no, if you don't have this look, and we've never really defined it, but we all kind of know it when we see it. We know that's not it. Then people on the internet saying, have you looked at her other photos? Have you looked at how she talks about herself? Yeah, we have. And that's still not it. That's not it. You can feel like that. But when you have the expectation that men now are supposed to change the way they think because you really believe it, this is when we start with entering into this delusional phase. You don't get men, but you're telling us how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself should now define my world. This is why we say words matter. This is why we've walked through such a period of time when we're saying, well, I can identify as whatever I want. Okay. You just can't force me to believe that. This is at the crux of most of the discussion that we're having in terms of identity. You want to believe what you want to believe. I identify as a baddie. Cool. You can't tell me I should now call and treat you as such. It's fine for you to believe that. It isn't when you expect everyone else to treat you like that. Now, if you want to call yourself a baddie and then the guy you're talking to, he should now move accordingly. Have you asked, does he think you're that? Maybe you're a baddie to him because whatever circumstances, who the type of woman he's been dealing with, maybe that's enough for him. But for the internet, yeah, nah. And we have to understand that this is just part and parcel about you putting stuff on the internet. You are open to critique. People are going to come out there and challenge what you have to say if they disagree with it. In mass, if they disagree with it, same thing. Now, to her credit, she's been a great sport about this. She's an absolute great sport about this. When people disagree, she's never deleted a post. It's got like 1.9 million views on it. So, there's benefit for throwing something out there that people demonstrably disagree with. Listen, if you disagree as well, let me know down in the comments. You think baddies is a universal, malleable term? Again, let me know. If you see all the videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those and those videos. And of course, if you listen to sound my voice now and you have not subscribed, I think you should. I'm trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.